Tēnā koutou katoa. Today we celebrate the feast day of Saints Peter and Paul. Peter, the one Jesus called to be the fisher of his people, and Paul, the great persecutor of the church, who became the great apostle to the Gentiles. It's amazing, isn't it? Both of them, in terms of our modern understanding of success, would say they were failures. And yet these were the ones that Jesus chose to be the great apostles to his church. Today's gospel has us in Caesarea Philippi, a town in the north of Israel. It was a town of the gods, a pagan town. And it was there very deliberately that Jesus asked his disciples, "Who do people say I am?" And they gave him various answers. I'd always imagined when I listened to this reading about Peter trying to nut out the answer. He knew this was an important question. But one day when I was at an ordination, I was listening to the deacon read this gospel. And just the way he read it, it was like this burst of a spring of water bursting up inside him. "You are the Christ," he said, "the Son of the living God." You can imagine my surprise many years later when I went to Caesarea Philippi for the first time. All around in this place, there are springs bursting forth, full of the waters of life. And for us, Christ is that life. Jesus was delighted with Peter's answer. For he said to him, "It's not flesh and blood that has revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven. So I now say to you, you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church." Simon the fisherman becomes Peter the rock, the head of the Christian church. This was his moment of appointment. And for us in the church, this is a tradition that we've known about since the beginning. The church has recorded all the leaders of the church, who we now call popes, right through to Pope Leo. This has always been our understanding, this role that Peter has been given because of his profession of faith. But that doesn't mean that it's all over. If we carried on today's gospel, we'd hear Jesus talking about his passion and his death. "Heaven preserve you," Peter said to Jesus, "this can't happen to you." And Jesus said to him, "Get behind me, Satan, for you are thinking in human ways, not God's ways." It's a reminder that the Pope, Peter, and each one of us can easily get things wrong when we think in human ways. We're always called to ground ourselves on Christ the cornerstone, the rock of the church, the foundation of the church in which it is built. Peter, as we know, got it wrong so many times, as we all do. But the thing about Peter, and we see the same in Paul, was they're both passionate. They both loved Christ with all their hearts, and they were determined to follow him, even when they got it wrong. Perhaps that's the challenge for us too, because in a way, each of us is called to be a rock for others in their faith. For me as bishop, I'm called to be a rock, the teacher of the faith, the witness to the faith, to encourage others in their faith. Many of you who are parents know this role with your families. Many young people know this and their peer group of friends. It's not easy to stand on the rock of Christ and proclaim our faith. But that's what Peter and Paul did. Even when they failed, when they got it wrong, they picked themselves up and again they proclaimed Christ. May the witness of these two great apostles encourage us to be strong in our faith, a faith that is built on Christ the cornerstone, on Peter and his successors as the rock of the church. And together, let us be that pilgrim people of God that proclaims the risen Christ to our world. Have a great day. God bless you all.